Where did God come from? This question isn't just a simple query. It's a cosmic mystery that has echoed through the halls of history, whispered in ancient temples, pondered by philosophers under starlit skies, and debated by scientists peering into the secrets of the universe. It's a question that challenges our understanding of existence itself. For thousands of years, across every culture and civilization, humanity has looked up at the vast, silent cosmos and asked, if God created everything, then who or what created God? Join us on an epic journey through time, belief, and the very fabric of reality as we explore the many fascinating answers to this ultimate question. Let's begin with one of the most powerful and enduring answers, a concept central to major monotheistic faiths like Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. From this perspective, the question itself contains a fundamental misunderstanding. To ask where did God come from is like asking what's north of the North Pole. The question imposes our human, limited understanding of cause and effect onto a being that is defined as existing beyond those very limits. In these traditions, God is not an entity that was created. God is eternal. He has no beginning and no end. He is the uncaused cause, the ultimate reality that exists outside of time and space. Think of it this way. Everything within our universe is bound by time. We have a past, a present, and a future. But for a being who created time itself, these concepts don't apply. God isn't just old, He is timeless. He didn't come from anywhere, because where implies a location in space, and come from implies a point in time. God, in this view, is the very foundation upon which space and time are built. So, the answer isn't a story of origin, but a statement of absolute, eternal, uncreated existence. He simply is, was, and always will be. Now, let's journey back to a world teeming with gods and goddesses, a world of myth and epic sagas. In many polytheistic traditions, the divine realm is much more like a sprawling, cosmic family tree, complete with births, rivalries, and dramatic origin stories. Unlike the concept of a single, eternal creator, these gods often have a beginning. Take ancient Greek mythology, for instance. Before the Olympian gods like Zeus and Hera ruled, there was chaos, a swirling, primordial void. From chaos emerged Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Their children were the Titans, and it was only after a cosmic war, a clash of divine generations, that Zeus and the Olympians seized power. Here, the gods weren't uncreated, they were born from fundamental cosmic forces and from each other. Similarly, in Hindu traditions, creation stories are vast and cyclical. While Brahman is the ultimate, unchanging reality, the gods we know, like Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, and Shiva the destroyer, often emerge at the beginning of each cosmic cycle. In some tales, Vishnu sleeps on the cosmic ocean, and from his navel, a lotus flower blooms, giving birth to Brahma, who then proceeds to create the world. These mythological origins don't shy away from the idea of a beginning for the gods. Instead, they weave rich, symbolic narratives that explain not just the creation of the world, but the very nature and hierarchy of the divine powers that govern it. These stories are less about a single, absolute source and more about a dynamic, unfolding cosmic drama. Leaving the realm of divine revelation and mythology, let's turn to the world of pure reason and logic. Philosophers have grappled with the question of God's existence and origin for centuries, using intellect as their primary tool. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, long before the major monotheistic religions took their current form, conceived of a being he called the unmoved mover. Aristotle observed that everything in the world is in motion, and everything that moves is moved by something else. A ball rolls because it was kicked, a tree sways because of the wind. If you trace this chain of cause and effect backward, you can't go on forever. Logically, Aristotle argued, there must be a first mover, something that started all the motion in the universe without being moved by anything else. This unmoved mover is a pure, eternal, and unchanging being, a philosophical precursor to the concept of God. Centuries later, during the Enlightenment, a different idea emerged: deism. Thinkers like Voltaire imagined God not as an ever-present, intervening father figure, but as a divine watchmaker. This cosmic craftsman designed and built the universe with all its intricate laws of physics, wound it up like a perfect clock, and then stepped back to let it run on its own. In this view, God is the brilliant architect of reality, but not its constant manager. And then there's the more skeptical philosophical take that the idea of God itself is a human construct, a projection of our own highest ideals, our fears, and our need for meaning and order in a chaotic world. From this perspective, asking where God came from is like asking where a character in a novel came from. They came from the mind of their creator, which, in this case, is humanity itself. Now, let's put on our lab coats and look at the question through the lens of modern science. The dominant scientific explanation for the origin of our universe is the Big Bang Theory. About 13.8 billion years ago, all the matter and energy in the universe was concentrated into an infinitesimally small, hot, dense point called a singularity. Then, it began to expand rapidly, and it's been expanding and cooling ever since, forming galaxies, stars, planets, and eventually, life as we know it. Science describes the how of this process in incredible detail, from the formation of the first atoms to the intricate dance of cosmic webs. But the Big Bang Theory runs into a wall at the very first moment. What caused the singularity to bang? What, if anything, existed before it? Science, by its very nature, can't answer these questions because they may lie outside the observable universe and the laws of physics as we understand them. This is where science and theology can have a fascinating conversation. For some, the mathematical elegance and fine-tuning of the universe's physical laws constants that seem perfectly set to allow for the existence of life point to the hand of a divine creator. For them, the Big Bang isn't a contradiction of God, but the very mechanism God used to create. For others, science and religion are separate domains of inquiry, one dealing with the natural world and the other with spiritual meaning. They would argue that trying to find God in the equations of physics is a category error. And for the staunchly atheistic view, the universe may simply be the result of natural, unguided processes, perhaps one of many in a vast multiverse, with no need for a divine explanation at all. Science tells us what happened, but the question of why it happened remains open to interpretation. So, where did God come from? We've journeyed through the idea of an eternal, uncreated being, explored the birth of gods in ancient myths, wrestled with the logic of philosophers, and peered into the cosmic dawn with scientists. As you can see, there is no single, universally accepted answer, and perhaps that's the point. This question acts as a prism, splitting the light of our curiosity into a beautiful spectrum of human thought. The theologian answers with faith in a timeless being. The mythologist answers with a story of cosmic birth. The philosopher answers with logic and reason. The scientist answers with data and the laws of nature, while acknowledging their limits. Each perspective gives us a different piece of the puzzle, a different way of understanding our place in the cosmos. The question may not have a definitive answer, but the quest for one reveals something profound about us. It reflects our innate drive to seek meaning, to understand our origins, and to connect with something larger than ourselves. As you look up at the night sky, the answer may not be written in the stars, but the enduring power of the question itself is what continues to inspire our greatest stories, our deepest philosophies, and our most daring scientific discoveries. What do you believe? The journey of discovery is yours to continue. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest questions of all.